construction of this film is lacking in coherence. The background imagery does not fit well with the statements presented. The transitions from interviews, vintage footage, and Ben's rambling have the feel of a car jerking, lurching, and sputtering because the driver has no experience with a stick shift. Ben's dull, dreary, monotone voice was effective in his bit part in Ferris Bueller. It worked for eye drop commercials, but to hear him drone on for 90 minutes does not work. Toward the end of the movie, it became painful. I sat through the whole thing so I could write this and hopefully save others from having to do the same. There is another scene I would like to bring up. Ben is in Seattle looking for the Discovery Institute headquarters. He is wandering around asking random people on the street for directions on how to get there. Invariably, they had not heard of the Discovery Institute, much less know where it is. Then Ben finds the right location and says, "It must be this whole building." It turns out to be just one part of one floor of that building. I know what he was trying to do here. He was imitating Michael Moore's style and attempting to get the viewers to think that the Discovery Institute is just some humble little underprivileged organization that needs your support. It doesn't work. It comes across as just plain stupid. During the scene, I was wondering, why didn't he just write the address down and go there in the first place? What did he expect? That the Discovery Institute would be some enormous edifice with a Las Vegas-style neon sign in front of it and a crowd of people clamoring to get in so they could get Bill Dembski's autograph? Expelled is a pathetic attempt, soon to make a prominent place on worst movies ever made lists and its DVDs on musty shelves of thrift stores among the Donny Osmond records and Care Bears lunchboxes. Have I given you the impression that I did not like this movie? Expelled, No Intelligent Allowed, is indubitably a piece of propaganda. So is this. Propaganda in its basic definition means that which is propagated. When a product is promoted, it is called advertising. When an idea is promoted, it is called propaganda. Have I presented you with an unbiased assessment of Expelled? No. I am not a judge or a member of the jury on a court case dealing with the issue of creationists trying to get what they consider to be their fair share. I am under no obligation to be impartial, and I am not. I strongly believe that science education is vitally important to our society and must not be contaminated with idiotic superstitions such as those that Ben and his cronies are trying to push. Does this sound like an unbiased statement to you? Me neither, but I do believe what I am saying. Expelled is a movie that is intended to appeal to those who already agree with the biased opinions presented in it. I'm sure that anyone who noticed my YouTube name is Godless Panther already knew which side of the issue I was on before watching the videos. I am also preaching to the converted. Is there a difference between what I am doing here and what Ben Stein did in Expelled? I would like to think so. It turns out that Ben and his goons misrepresented the name and subject of the movie in order to get interviews with scientists. They left out pertinent information about the people who were allegedly persecuted for merely agreeing with ID concepts. They presented evolution in a highly inaccurate manner to the extent of blaming it for the establishment of Nazi and communist regimes. They switched between ID is not religious in any way to Darwinists are against God, whichever happens to be more convenient for them at the time. They cut interviews with scientists in order to fit their agenda. They used a portion of John Lennon's song, Imagine, without permission, then credited it in a way that implied they did have permission to use it. I have provided links in the description of these videos where one can get more detailed information about the issues I brought up. I'll conclude this with a quote from Dr. Pepper. Stoning nonconformists is part of science. Stoning conformists is also part of science. Only those theories that can stand up to a merciless barrage of stones deserve consideration. It is the creationist habit of throwing marshmallows that we find annoying. I would like to add that, yes, Ben Stein made a marshmallow throwing fest of a movie. To his credit, he also threw some stones, but he had the annoying habit of throwing them at himself.